and you will have an opportunity to hear my brilliant presentation. And it starts with quite an important question, is how many people can you assign to report one story in your newspaper? 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, if a really big news breaks. But can you imagine that 40,000 people are working to report one story for your newspaper? Yes, it is possible. We did it. And we just had to find a really good story. So, what can it be? Do you think war in Iraq? French presidential elections? New boyfriend of Paris Hilton? No. No? And you're right. That's a story. A new child is born. It's hard to imagine more important story in the life of this girl and her family. In Poland, 340,000 people are born every year, and their parents have to go through one of the most shaking experiences in their lives, pregnancy and birth. And our mothers had to go through it, grandmothers had to, and if you ask them how it was, so in the 50s or 70s in Poland, pregnant women felt that they were treated in hospitals like cows. There was no privacy, and all the women were giving birth in a large room. And when somebody cried, the nurse was just shouting to shut up and push. And all fathers were kept, of course, outside the building, and nobody even thought that the father could assist at the birth of his child. And during the years, things, of course, changed a lot. Today, you can have a single room, a private nurse, husband can stay with your wife. But giving a birth in a human way is possible only if you pay. If you don't pay, you get back to the 50s. So, that's why in Poland, for 10% of women, giving a birth is a nightmare. For 33% is something they feel they had to stand. And only for 47% it was a wonderful experience. So we decided to change it. This is my paper, Gazeta Polaca. It's the best read in my country with over 6 million readers, and we have a circulation of 474,000 copies. And I work there as a special projects editor. And this is a bad guy. It's a Polish Minister of Health. We sent a female reporter to ask him hard questions as a reporter and also as a future mother, as she was pregnant at the time. So the health service in Poland, in theory, is free. So Mr. Minister advised the journalist and the pregnant mother, don't pay. So why almost all hospitals charge for the better service? Minister doesn't know. Minister says, I haven't got any complaints. So we decided to check how it really is to give a birth in a Polish hospital. And we believe it shouldn't be a privilege. So we fight for this cause for many years. With the help of young mothers and a foundation we created, we review all the hospitals in Poland. In 1996, we got just 2,000 letters. But last year, thanks to the internet, we got personal reviews from 40,000 readers. 40,000 women who gave birth, they reviewed the hospitals for us. 170 volunteers and editors were editing those reviews, and several hundred other people went to all hospitals to cross-check facts. And this is a result of 1 year work, an exclusive and unique guide on 413 hospitals in Poland, a reliable source of information for future mothers, for doctors, for hospitals, and of course for the Ministry of Health. And I can tell you that nobody wants to be on a blacklist, so we hope that the worst hospitals will improve their services. And everything is here. Do they charge? What for? How much? Do they have training courses for families? Is a husband allowed to assist at a birth? Can a mother stay with her baby during the night? Do doctors explain every detail of baby's health? And very often we find that the quality of service is not a question of money. It's not a question of hospital's budget. It's often a question of engagement, of compassion and humanity. And you know why all those 40,000 women decided to share their experience with us? Because they love to share. On our internet portal, we run a discussion board for mothers, and we have millions of posts. They share the advice, they explain things, they help each other to go through all these things, and they even share photos. This is Alice, she is pregnant for 28 weeks. This is Anita, week 39, and Daisy, week 27, with her older son. Can you believe that readers posted over 200,000 photos of their stomachs on our website to share their happiness with online friends, online readers of Gazeta? And readers became so impatient that we gave them an opportunity to take photos in hospitals with their mobile phones and publish them immediately on the website. We charge them $1 and they are happy to pay. And for readers who prefer a printed version, we publish a special supplement in our local edition. We publish hundreds of such faces every week, and it's called Welcome to the World. So, what I have learned is that people are ready to collaborate with a newspaper if you give them an important cause. If you treat interaction just as another feature on your website, it doesn't work. But if you really want to change the world, readers will be happy to help you. And, of course, from my point of view, readers are not journalists, and they don't even try to be objective, they don't cross-check facts, they prefer to stay anonymous, and so on and so on. So I wouldn't rely on them on an everyday basis and on every issue. But readers are the best experts in real-life advice. So you could send 100 reporters to the hospital, but a single mother can tell you more stories than all of them. So, thank you very much for the attention. Thank you that I could share the experience of Gazeta with you.